Welcome back. Now, the Namibia ReThink Waste GreenCycle Expo is a premier forum for driving sustainable waste solutions, bringing together policy shapers, local innovators, NGOs, businesses, and community members to reimagine how reduce, reuse, recycle, and regenerate. Now, the 2025 Expo will now take place on the 13th and 14th of November 2025 here in the nation's capital, Windhoek. Now, to tell us more, we're joined by Maria Shimanda, the co-founder of Namibia ReThink Waste GreenCycle Expo 2025, and Philemon Shilongo, who is an economist and a strategic advisor. Gentlemen, and lady, good morning to the both of you, and thank you so much for making time to speak to us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic morning. Thank you so much.
Okay. Maybe perhaps, Madam Co-founder, let me start with you, and let's talk about perhaps most people are not aware of what green recycle means and what actually that means, and break it to us in simple terms. What does that mean for the ordinary Namibian?
Thank you so much for having us today. My name is Maria Shimanda. I'm the co-founder of the Namibia ReThink Waste and GreenCycle Expo, alongside Ms. Toini Kauluma, who is not here today. It's actually a great question and something we should shed light on. Let's forget about the jargon for a moment and let's look at what we do in our everyday life. We go to the shop, we buy a product, we use it, and then we throw it away in the bin. So this is a straight line system where you buy, you use, you dispose. The GreenCycle Expo is trying to bend this linear system to a circle whereby whereby there's no throwing away. What is waste can be is the beginning of a new product. For an example, if you have a plastic bottle, when you buy a plastic bottle after you are using it, instead of throwing it away, we can recycle it.
You can recycle it.
Yes.
Indeed.
So the Namibia ReThink Waste Expo, we are actually trying to teach a very powerful idea. We are trying to change mindset that waste is not the end point. Okay, it's actually a beginning of a new product. For an example, an old used phone is just not an e-waste, but it's a source of valuable metal. When it's an old phone, can we change it and remove it out and use the metals for something else? And then and the GreenCycle Expo is a platform now where we are bringing out large companies and the youth to come together who are already changing these ideas into reality so that we can show every Namibian what is possible.
Indeed. Now, Mr. Shilongo, in terms of what is GreenCycle, this expo, the GreenCycle Expo, trying to teach the public about waste, recycling, and protecting the environment?
Thank you so much, and good morning to the Namibian people. We would like to change the mindset, like the keyword that is in the title of the expo, rethink, is to start to think or to perceive waste in a different view. That waste is not filth, it's not dirty, it's not something bad. But filth or waste is actually an opportunity. Waste is something of economic potential, something of economic value, something that can be used again. So if you look at the whole concept of the ReThink GreenCycle Expo, we would like to economize the waste, to commercialize, to industrialize, of which this expo actually is the foundation of what the future editions are going to come up. For now, we would like to introduce the whole concept to see the local capacity of waste collection, waste recycling, and then in the next editions, which we have already planned to do this expo in annual basis, would like to go to industrialization. Because data which are remaining sketchy, we are seeing that Namibia exports a sizable amount of waste outside. And as an economist, I'm more concerned of what that means. That means economic opportunity going outside. jobs going outside.
And
of
preferably
course,
we want them to stay at home.
and would like them to stay at home, definitely.
Okay. Now, Madam Maria, in your view, what are the most serious, waste challenges we are facing right now? And, why do we require quick intervention to correct this? We saw that, for instance, the city of Windhoek has a waste buy-in. They've been able to put more than $1 million back into the people. They are opening up a second facility now. But what are the most serious waste challenges that we're facing right now?
The most waste challenges or gaps is that we have an environmental and economic leak, as Master Philemon have said. We have landfills that are overflowing. We have waste that is buried, and we have waste that is being exported to South Africa. Because the most challenging part is we lack the proper systems to collect and to recycle and to process these materials. We also have lack or clear laws that stipulate how producers can help with waste management costs. And I think this is the most challenging part, and I think that is very critical. The GreenCycle Expo is coming at the right time, with also the president of Namibia and the delegation at the Cooperative Parties, or the COP30, where we are calling nations to address environmental challenges, which the GreenCycle Expo come in at this point.
Okay. Perhaps, Mr. Shilongo, let's talk about which type of waste are you mainly focusing at this expo. Are you covering all forms of waste, or are there specific waste that you are covering, and what are some of the gaps that still remains as to how we can address some of these challenges within this waste that you might be targeting?
We are looking at all forms of waste, from organic, e-waste, industrial waste. We do not want to take chances where we would say probably plastic is the main concern, because that's what we see today or across. But we would like to see all forms of waste, even those that are not of a concern now, to be suppressed as much as possible. And the waste, as we have gone through our consultations, we have consulted across sectors, from mining sector to tourism to agriculture. And that holistic approach is the one that we want to address when it comes to waste. We have the gaps of policy, like Ms. Malia have identified, like EPR, and especially from the enforcement side. We have also the data gap. No one can really tell now from our custodians of data to say how much waste does Namibia, like maybe in tons, kg or so, to say how much tons of waste does Namibia produce in various forms and sectors, and how much do we process or recycle or and export, for example. No one can really tell. We are estimating from public media, which also they are doing a very incredible job. But we would like to see these gaps from policy to action, and also infrastructure. Because somebody can say they can actually, we have now waste buyback centers, but even what comes next when somebody wants to come up with a recycle plant, it's another challenge. Of gaps from policy to action and to infrastructure.
Okay. Now, Madam Maria, we understand that the expo will be definitely talking about turning waste into economic value, and it says that where there is waste, there is profit. So what does this mean? If I have 20, 30 plastic bags at home, do I become a thousandaire when I go and convert them or sell them wherever I can?
So actually what it means is that there is value in what we throw away. So this demonstration is well demonstrated by the Waste Buyback Center, which is now being implemented, or the prototype by the city of Windhoek, as you have mentioned. The city of Windhoek is giving money to the communities for bringing in their recyclables. And in the long, also, when they get the recyclables need to be sorted, they need to be processed, and in that aspect, we are providing jobs which is a value and an economic opportunity.
Indeed. Now, we know that the Expo will also introduce, we want to find out whether the Expo will introduce new ideas or practical solutions that can help us to reduce, reuse, and recycle better. Do we see a possibility of presentations, discussions that will provide practical solutions, maybe from elsewhere in the world that is working, that Namibia can learn from?
Definitely, because when according to our program that we have, based on, we will have demonstrations, obviously, informers for our various exhibitors that are very much eager to show the public and the country at large what they do daily. They just need the exposure and the platform to showcase. So we'll be having presentations from different stakeholders who are very much part and parcel of the waste and recycling sector. We'll be having live demonstrations, panel discussions, which will be a very interesting aspect where we have dialogue from different people from different sectors, because again we did not limit, and then we have participation from across, from medical, from mining, from banking institutions, startups, and the Expo would like actually have already identified tangible outcomes that will be able to bring to the nation, and especially to our line minister or Minister of Environment and Tourism and Forestry, to say, Honorable Minister, like we have come back to, like we were here, so this is our Expo impact report, and also the EPR recommendation that we have promised you, and to say the public will be able to say the Expo was not a waste of time, but this is really a platform that they would, in future, will be able to see this at the impact that this Expo have.
That's good. Just also to complement on what Master Philemon is saying, absolutely, the attendees will have an opportunity to look at demonstrations and showcase of some of the prototype. One of, because this Expo, we are trying to be inclusive of the youth, as we have high unemployment rate in Namibia. You will also have an opportunity to look at prototypes like one by Master Tsepo Boas from Korika's Vocational Training Center, who is coming to showcase his prototype in how we turn paper waste into fertilizers for agricultural purposes.
Quite interesting, turning paper into fertilizer. Let's talk about what especially schools, young people and small businesses can do to join this green recycle movement.
For the schools, they should come to the Expo. The entrance is for free. In the meantime, or what they can also do in the long run is that they can start recycling clubs at the school level, especially in local communities where waste management, or we do not have town councils that collect waste in rural areas. For small businesses and bigger companies, we want them to start, for larger companies, they can start looking into sustainable packaging, and the Expo is that platform where you can find the ideas, where you can find the partners to make these initiatives come to light. For small SMEs that have ideas that they want to do on recycling or circular economy, please come to the Expo. You will find those that would want to help you with your ideas, and also the partners that can make your idea come to light.
That's one thing to concentrate on schools, young people and business obviously to join this, but what can possibly, simple steps can families take at home to ensure that they cut down on waste and live more sustainably? Very good question, because charity starts at home. The waste that we see in the public will be addressed from home, and people who stay from houses. So we see in our communities where either if it's illegal dumping, where there is overflowing dustbins, and then we blame either our local authorities or municipal services. But it started at home where you see a dustbin. Cooking oil is there, and then also rice, fresh rice, cooked rice, and then paper, and then plastics. But if household will start already also in their dustbins already sorting this waste, so that even the municipal waste collectors can already come and see that paper is not already wet, or the waste is just not. So there should be waste integration. Waste sorting should start at home. And then also, households should also develop a habit of going to the shop with already or either reuse or durable plastic or carry bag. Because now we have an issue of plastic levy.
But that plastic levy, somebody questioned to say, did it now reduce the use of those plastics? Or actually just a revenue generation? But the household, like when you go to the tills, we are being told to say, do you want the plastic? I would say yes, because it's just $1.50 or even less. So we would like to see household where they even also teach, especially parents teaching their children how to be neat, tidy, and then also to be champions of cleaner environment. It started at home and also now going into community.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We wish you all the best with the Namibia ReThink Waste GreenCycle Expo that is slated to take place starting tomorrow until the 14th of November 2025.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you much.
Thank you for having us. And just before we can go, I just want to give a message, especially to the youth, that the future of Namibia is in our hands, and we have a choice to make, a choice either to continue with the status quo and see our country being buried in waste and become a pollution haven, or a place where waste is cheaper to throw away, or you can make a decision. Come join us at Wondrous Club on the 13th and 14th of November. Invite everyone and everybody that you know to join us so that we can build a cleaner, green, and healthier Namibia. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.